going to provide you with some tips for how to ensure that your Chromebook works a little bit more smoothly. So first and foremost, please make sure you don't have too many tabs open at one time. As you can see here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tabs open at once. That is way too many. Each and every time an additional tab is opened, that means that it's taking up more and more memory simply to run on this device. Also, if you have too many windows open. So on the top of your screen, you can see all your windows open. You'll see that there's a button that looks like a square with 2 lines to the right of it. This allows you to see all the windows that you have open. Please make sure you don't have more than 1 window open at a time, especially if you are in a video meeting. When you are in a video meeting, you want to make sure that you close as many tabs as possible so that you have as little content up as needed. If you're in a video meeting within Google Meet, we suggest only having that Google Meet open. Again, you can check that by clicking the button that looks like a rectangle with 2 lines to the right. It'll show you all the windows that you have open. Another suggestion we have is to clear your downloads. To find your downloads, click on the upper right-hand corner, these 3 stacked dots, and then select Downloads. This will show you anything that you've recently downloaded on your device and any files you may have. We suggest that you clear all of these downloads by clicking Clear All. Take a look quickly to make sure you're okay with clearing those, and in most cases, you probably don't need them. Our other suggestion is to clear your browsing data. To do that, you click again on these 3 stacked dots, and then you're going to go down to Settings. Within Settings, we're going to have you go to the Privacy and Security Settings area where it says Clear Browsing Data. This is where we would ask for you to clear your cookies, other site data, and cached images and files. Clearing this content will allow your device to run a little bit more quickly. Students aren't allowed to clear their browsing history, and that's okay. Like I said, clear cookies and then cached images, and then you just select Clear Data. Another suggestion we have is to reset your browser to the original default settings. To do this, again, 3 stacked dots, then go to Settings. Within this menu, you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom and then select Advanced and scroll all the way to the bottom again and select Restore Settings to their original defaults. When you do this, it'll pop up with a quick message just confirming that this is what you want to do, and then click Reset Settings. That will help your browser run just a little bit more quickly. The next thing we want you to do is take a look at your Launchpad. So when you look over here at the launcher, we're going to have you pull it up like this. And then I want you to pull up the Files menu. When you select Files, this is going to show you anything and everything you have at present downloaded on your device. We suggest you take a look at the audio files, if there's anything here you want to delete, images. We suggest you delete anything here you don't need. To delete something, you simply do a 2-fingered click, and then you can select to delete those files. Again, you can click, and then 2-fingered click, and you can select to delete those files as needed. You can do the same thing with videos. You can take a look at any of the videos that you have here, and if any are no longer needed, you can go ahead and click, 2-fingered click, and select Delete to delete them. The Downloads folder, this is where there might be quite a bit of content that you can delete. Again, select them, and you can click this delete icon right here to delete anything that you don't think is needed anymore. The more content you can delete from this area, the better, because it'll help your device run quite a bit quicker. All of the downloads are the only thing that are really downloaded locally on your device that could potentially slow down your device. Within your Google Meet for your video conference, as many of you know, initially when you enter the video, you have the ability to turn your camera on or off and turn your mic on and off. We ask that our students, when joining video meets with their teachers, have their videos on. As I said, in general, all the time, we want your video to be on to make sure you are engaged and present. You can also adjust some settings over here, but the first thing you'll do is join your meeting. And then within your meeting, you can adjust some settings. We're going to ask you to go over to these 3 stacked dots and then select Settings. First and foremost, take a look at your video section. Make sure that you are at the standard definition of 360p, and your receive definition is also at standard definition of 360p. If you are struggling with video meetings and you're getting kicked out, we ask you to bring this down to one video at a time. What that means is your Chromebook won't allow more than one video interface to stream into the device at a time, which will save some of the memory. If you're struggling with that, we suggest that you move down to audio only. This means you may not be able to see what's on the screen, but you will be able to hear. We know this isn't ideal, but in some situations, this might be better than nothing. Also know in the audio section, this is where you can check whether or not your microphone is on. If you see some dots moving here, that means your microphone is on. You can also test your speaker here as well. Most importantly, we ask that you turn grid view off. You'll see this is where you can turn grid view on and off. We ask that you make sure there's a slash through it. Grid view is what allows you to see all of your classmates' faces all at once on the screen. Please turn this feature off because when it's on, it eats up much, much more of your device's memory and RAM. The other thing we want you to adjust is the layout. So in the bottom right-hand corner, again, click the 3 stack dots and go up to change layout. We ask that in general, you stick to Spotlight View. What Spotlight View will do is it'll make sure that you are only seeing the person who's speaking all at once. Tiled View, again, brings in multiple videos at a time, and most devices, if you have an older Chromebook, will not be able to withstand this. Same with Sidebar View. You're seeing multiple video streams at once. If your device is struggling to stay connected, please select Spotlight View. As we said, when our new Chromebooks arrive, we'll ask students to come into school to upgrade their devices, and we'll ask you to pay your yearly technology fee at that time. We know our newer devices will work much, much better, and we won't need to make some of these accommodations in order to allow the devices to work. Thank you so much for your patience and understanding during this challenging time while we try to figure out how best to work with the school technology that we have. Thank you so much.